Get your eye, bro. Come here. Come here. Bro. Bro.
Excuse me, sir, what are you guys arresting her for?
I'm holding out the charge.
A warrant out for what?
Sorry?
A warrant for what, sir?
Right.
You folks are deceivers. The joke is that Rock lost it when CPS took Junior away from her. But her social media outbursts are creating a total breakdown. It turns out that leaving Junior locked in a car during a horrible heat wave so she could argue with Blueface was the last straw for months. CPS had been keeping an eye on her. After this disturbing video of Pawn essentially endangering Junior's life broke, CPS didn't just show up out of nowhere. They raided her home, and now that Junior is gone, Khan faces charges that could land her back in jail. What they found inside will chill you to the bone. According to rumors, during the raid, they discovered alcohol and other illegal substances near the infant, along with other items that might have seriously endangered the child's life. CPS decided not to intervene because Khan might be facing a long prison sentence. They took Junior away from her and accused her of endangering the welfare of children. Given the recent release of the CPS case report, let's take a closer look at the issue. As you are well aware, Khan was in prison last year. She has only been out for about 5 minutes, but it appears that she will return shortly. It is widely believed that Khan does this have anything to do with CPS's decision to take her child. She is deserving of losing her kid as it happens. CPS has been closely monitoring her throughout, and just a few days ago, they finally took action. Rumor has it that after raiding Chrisean's home on suspicion of endangering the child, officials took Junior away from her care. Everyone is now saying that Chrisean isn't the best mother, and CPS reports indicate that things are worse than we anticipated. If you believe that Chrisean smoking and drinking in a bar while pregnant was the worst thing that could have ever happened, you're in for a massive shock or things worsen. There have been allegations that the house was not baby-proofed at all, and that the baby may have gotten to dangerous objects that are strewn all over the place. The agents reportedly discovered some disturbing material when they searched the house. It's a little concerning that Crow neglected to clean up even though he most likely knew CPS was looking. The streets claim that the situation is much worse than the CPS officers interviewing her. Which was the worst part of it? There were purportedly bottles of alcohol strewn throughout the house, along with other drugs that should never be around. Children alleged to have told them that Junior couldn't walk or crawl, so it didn't matter because he couldn't get to him or grasp him, unfortunately. She later confirmed the claims that Junior had a handicap. Blueface's mother, Fissa, said as much in a video posted to Instagram a while back. People have been saying that she messed up the baby for a time, as you are aware.
Them mother drank and smoked while they was pregnant. That's why they're so angry. Cause who the fuck is angry? You supposed to be angry at them that did this. Not that's the reason why you don't find it to be angry is because you did it. Then y'all wanna hop on here talking about I'm talking about my grandbaby. No, I'm talking about the trifling mammy. Now, please don't get me started because I done already repented.
It's unclear how long Junior has been out of her custody, but it doesn't seem like she will be able to get him back anytime soon, as if losing her son wasn't awful enough. Reports state that CPS opened a child endangerment investigation into her custody. She had always refuted the accusations, but suddenly she felt compelled to accept them and use them as a route out of jail. You know, that didn't work at all with CPS. The absurd thing is that the evidence on social media is more than sufficient to substantiate the grave charges of endangerment against her, so they don't even need to conduct further research. I'm not saying that Chrisean is a bad person, but when you look at the several videos that don't present her in a positive light, and the items they discovered in her house, you can understand why CPS is looking into her for endangerment. Fans have been requesting that CPS look into this for nearly 2 years. Let's look into it. Chrisean asked a couple of Twitch employees to put Junior in the car a few days ago. While she was on the phone with Blueface while live on Twitch, they haven't done anything yet, so why did they finally act? The fact that Chrisean nearly killed Junior a few days ago is undoubtedly connected to it. She is not accused of intentionally attempting to abduct her own child, but it does seem careless or reckless.
Nah, I can call you later so you can do what you gotta do.
No, you don't gotta call me later. I just don't want to argue. You can stay on the phone.
I guess you busy, so I'm gonna call you later.
Huh? I'm not busy at all.
Yeah, I guess you busy, so I'm gonna call you later.
I'm not
even busy.
Okay.
Babe,
You're busy right now.
I'm not busy. I'm not busy. I'm not busy. I'm about to put a baby in the car. Is that okay? Do you mind taking him to the car? Thank you.
Do you mind taking them to the car? Thank you.
It appears that she left the baby in the car. As he continued talking to Blueface off camera and crying, Blueface has repeatedly expressed his disapproval of her and her child. When she eventually made the decision to go pick up her son, he was already coughing after so much sobbing. The Twitch staff attempted to persuade her to go get him, but she didn't seem to care.
Here you go. Here I come, Papa. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to the dentist. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. Well, is Jack on?
Jack's driving.
Y'all act like that. Y'all don't even know what's going on. I'm not putting my child in the camera. Y'all keep saying, attend to my baby. I am attending to my baby. That's why I have certain people here tell me attend to my baby while I'm working. I'm not gonna keep, you know? So, all that, put prayer hands, y'all. Everybody that loves me in the chat.
Since this was a final straw, CPS ultimately seized control of the situation when she was dragged. When she got preoccupied in the heat of summer, she somehow thought it was okay to leave the baby in a locked car so she could talk to her baby daddy in prison. Everyone knows that you shouldn't even leave your pets in a closed car during the summer without the air conditioning on, and as I indicated earlier, it's really hot outside. It's in the triple digits in most locations, something far more. And now she might lose Junior's custody. Once more, fans have been urging CPS to intervene. So she might be mistaken if she believes for a moment that these fans will feel sorry for her because she lost her child to them. Comments have said, "I'm tired of this bee. Her time is going to come because she thinks she's untouchable, and she thinks her dirty self won't be back in jail. I hope CPS just takes Con Jr. and provides him the home and attention he deserves, because people have been calling him __ filthy little girl, sincere individual. Therefore, it appears that she may be alone in this place." Supporters have criticized her for her conduct over the years and threatened to have the child taken away from her by CPS. She went to loud concerts with the child when he was still in the womb, but she didn't use protective headphones. She smoked a blunt on the way to the hospital. Blueface even tweeted, shaming her for neglecting herself while pregnant. She is planning a concert. Do you smoke before giving birth? You smoked from the moment of your birth. Do you not think that I can really get the kid? If you don't show there, even if I don't plan to take the baby, the right cues, I'll respond appropriately. He additionally stated, my son is not healthy because she drank, smoked, and got high her whole pregnancy. She couldn't even take 1 month off. As you may recall, when Chrisean revealed that she had declined to have Junior's hernia operated on when he was a newborn, Blueface labeled her reckless and threatened to call CPS. However, as you know, he was vilified and humiliated by everyone for trying to make her feel uneasy while she was a new mother. It has also been reported that she has refused to provide her child the medical attention he needs ever since he was born. It turns out that CPS was correct to allege child endangerment, because Blueface is a reasonable parent in this scenario, because she deliberately forbids people from taking Chrisean to the doctor, in addition to preventing him from seeking Junior medical treatment. For instance, her cousin, a development issue specialist, asked Con for Junior assistance, but Con refused, according to her old friend Jana. In this video, Jana shared the information on social media, which she was more than happy to do.
Janet, why didn't you convince her to help Junior? I did. My cousin is a specialist. Like, I did the best I could. My cousin works with autistic children. She works one-on-one with all kinds of children. It don't matter if you're autistic, if you're not, if you're a regular children, like we offered the help as much as we can. Like my cousin is literally has her BA in all of this. It's like when people are in denial of stuff, it's like you can't help people when they're in denial of what's actually going on in reality. Like I get.
To the length of time it took CPS to step in is the only surprising element of this case. But why is Chrisean willingly putting her child at risk when she says she really wanted the child? She's probably determined to treat her son harshly, which is why she locks him in the car, refuses to receive help, and even places alcohol and other strong drugs in plain sight. In relation to how when her friends and family tried to talk her out of drinking too much during her pregnancy, she refused, saying she would end the pregnancy whenever she was ready. I know it's unpleasant to hear about someone's child, and she has stated as much herself. A video of her drinking while pregnant is going viral.
I woke up today knowing I don't want a child no more. I don't want no kid no more. I don't think I want to be a Blueface girlfriend.
Get yourself together.
Where the bottle at? Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just
You
gonna...
got no liquor?
Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
No,
He shut the door because it's cold.
Liquor.
However, she subsequently acknowledged on Instagram that she kept the child only because she felt too far ahead to terminate it. Chase, I'm about 20 weeks pregnant, but I had to pray to overcome my tremendous fear of becoming a mother. When I understood what was developing inside of me, we no longer envisioned a future together, even if we had expected this pregnancy, since we both did things to one another that made us lose faith in one another. I was given the opportunity to be fired. I was surprised to learn that much. Moreover, motherhood cannot be reversed, but things only grow worse from here. According to rumors, she had a kid trapped with Blueface, and because he's now incarcerated and no longer in her life, she has no obligation to care for the child. According to her breakdown a few years ago, Blueface had forced her to terminate some pregnancies, but he went on to have children with Jaden.
What hurt? Let me tell you what hurt. When you told me get rid of the babies and then have a baby with a pregnant with. That's what really hurt. Are you listening?
Fans claim that she intentionally became pregnant because she knew she was losing Blueface to Jaden, and that this is the true reason she puts Junior in danger all the time. She no longer needs him to be with Blueface. This infuriated fans even more, who believe that CPS should have intervened sooner and removed the child as soon as he was born. But things became worse when the footage of mom locking him in a car went viral and even famous people began to voice their worries. For instance, CPS to intervene Slaughter remarked the baby doesn't even have a pediatrician. She was supposed to take him to the pediatrician before he was 12 weeks old, but she didn't until Blue contacted her about his hernia. She refused to take him since he had cruda, even though she knew CPS would take him to a doctor, which is why it took so long. I also know that he hasn't seen a doctor in almost a year. The birth certificate does not name a father. The fear is increased by the ridiculous reality that she hasn't taken a child to the hospital. Everyone knows that kids, especially babies, are constantly in and out of the hospital, aside from regular examinations and checkups to make sure they are reaching their developmental goals. What happens if the baby gets sick? Babies are constantly ingesting various kinds of germs. CPS has intervened for the first time. As you know, doctors, especially pediatricians, are required to report incidents and can observe neglect from a distance. Less than a day after Monis's comment went viral, CPS showed up at Gannon's home. Meanwhile, there is currently disagreement among fans on CPS's choice to remove Junior for the sole reason that we know he probably has special needs. They last went to the doctor more than a year ago. I don't even want to consider the potential issues. We won't even get into the sticky scenario where she missed the first 3 months of the baby's existence seeing a pediatrician. It could be difficult to place a youngster like him in foster care, especially considering his parents' notoriously chaotic behavior. Some supporters believe the child should have remained with the family, despite claims that no one really intended to take him away. In situations like this, CPS often tries to place the child with a close relative, but neither Khan's nor Blueface's families were interested in doing so. He is almost 2 years old, unable to walk and maybe blind. We can assume that Blueface's parents won't be much assistance given the youngster, which isn't surprising considering that everyone knows that Crick and her sister Tiki don't get along. However, as you may recall, Sean was arrested in court last year while holding the baby in her right hand, and Blueface's parents were there. None of them wanted to take the child, so they quarreled. CPS had to take the child into custody since, as you may imagine, no one seemed to want to do so. Grab him, with his mother leaving him and his father behind bars. The whole situation is very bleak. Cash needs legal advice right now because CPS isn't there to play with her. However, do you think that Chrisean should lose her child as a result of this? That CPS is overreacting because she is a young mother of color? Or that she should be sent to jail? Comment below with your opinions after seeing the following video.